Hey, Zion, I know it's a different, experience now, but what was it like to finally get to play in the Garden in the pros?
I'm glad you asked that. Actually, New York is the mecca of basketball. I love playing here. I played here in college, and this is my first time playing here in the pros. And I mean, this atmosphere, whether they're cheering for you, whether they're booing for you, it's amazing.
That's New Orleans Pelicans superstar Zion Williamson, probably the happiest a player has ever been after a loss. He is happy in this interview because he has yet to come down from the high that is playing in New York City. The loss that his team took against the Knicks was secondary to playing in Madison Square Garden. Zion Williamson, he is trying to hide how giddy he was after the game. It's like me trying to hide my excitement when the guy at the deli counter forgets to charge me for the extra serving of pastrami. I think I'm gonna use that extra money to buy some more Dogecoin and some Safe Moon. For all the whales out there, my wallet code is 32758 9er 10 11 57 3 12 18. So show me some love and drop some money in that crypto wallet. Thanks for tuning in to today's video, guys. My name is Troy. My man Timmy Thigh Stroller, he's on the ones and twos with the Trap Sacks beat. Make sure to leave a like because you are not gonna find NBA content like this anywhere on YouTube. That's probably a good thing. Subscribe if you're new. This is a Knicks for Clicks video. Let's get to it. I wouldn't ordinarily make a video about what could happen with the future free agency of a player who's only in his second season, but Zion Latif Williamson, Esquire, PhD, is not your ordinary basketball player, unless, of course, you consider ordinary to be a 280-pound man-child, part freight train, part Sergei Polunin, and a little bit of Paul Bunyan personified for good measure. Don't mind me, just gonna break you down off the dribble from the top of the key with a little shimmy shake, quake and bake before I break the record for number of people I could concuss with a basketball. And while I'm at it, I guess I'll just bust out the soul of my Reeboks and break a golf club a la Mr. Larson and Happy Gilmore. If any of that is ordinary to you, dear reader, then please do me a favor, go about your day. My apologies for disturbing you this fine evening. Here's a couple of quarters for that bus ride home. For everyone else, I want to discuss what exactly I'm seeing when I hear Zion Williamson gushing over the New York Knicks franchise. Gushing and Knicks franchise hasn't been used in the same sentence over the last few years, unless we're talking about a gushing wound and trying to stop the bleeding from one terrible Knicks mistake after another. But this, my friends, is the Leon Rose era. This is the Tom Thibodeau era. This is the era of winning as I am recording this. 6 games in a row the Knicks have won. They are firmly entrenched in the playoff race. Zion sees it just like the rest of us. Zion knows that the Knicks are once again a viable landing spot. New Orleans has not done anything yet to make him question his commitment to the Big Easy, but he and his management are keeping track of everything the Pelicans are doing. And if history is any indication, history of small market teams, but more so history of what the Pelicans franchise has shown us, it is a matter of when the stars will leave and not if. Maybe Zion will surprise us all and become a player like Tim Duncan or Giannis Antetokounmpo, players that will spurn the brighter lights in bigger cities to become idols in smaller markets. But if Zion is like them, then he has a bad way of showing it. Can we get Zion in the weekly poker game? This guy can't bluff to save his life. And maybe I'm reading into things and jumping to conclusions. Congratulations to me for being the first person on the internet to ever do this. But I think the stars are aligning too perfectly for this not to happen down the road. The chances are greater that the Knicks will be a good team and relevant well before the Pelicans. There is already talk throughout NBA circles, players and agents, that the Knicks are becoming a legitimate threat in free agency. The Ringer's Kevin O'Connor, one of my favorite NBA analysts and a guy who I can always count on to break reliable news, reported that people around the NBA now consider New York as more of a destination than in the past. He adds that team performance and the new front office have gone a long way toward repairing the organization's image. And for a team whose last big free agent signing was Amari Stoudemire over 10 years ago, the return to respectability has to feel amazing. Just imagine a team something along the lines of Zion Williamson, R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, and a couple free agents to be named later. That's enough for Charles Oakley to break into Madison Square Garden to watch a few games again.
New York is the mecca of basketball. I love playing here. I played here in college. This atmosphere, whether they're cheering for you, whether they're booing for you, it's amazing.
Then on the other side of the coin, is this just another instance of a star player trolling Knicks fans? Is Zion just being careless with New York's heart? All the players say they want to play in New York, but when the time comes to commit, when the time comes to sign on the dotted line, they say, you know what? I think I'd rather go to Brooklyn. I think I'd rather play in Miami. I think I'd rather work a 9 to 5 in Fargo. That sounds pretty good right about now. But call me crazy. I think the Knicks are setting themselves up to be near the front of the line for legit free agent consideration. And Zion just might be the guy to break the cycle. Knicks fans, I know you've got an opinion on Zion's latest comments and what you see as the future of the Knicks franchise. Let me know if you think the Knicks' fortunes are finally starting to turn around, and if you think New York has any sort of shot at signing Zion down the road. Be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already. You don't want to miss another NBA video. Well, guys, I gotta go. I am off to shoot some hoops with the bros at the basketball court around the corner. Remind me, does the ball have to go in from the top or from the bottom? I can never remember. I'll figure it out. Trap sacks out.